Hello friends! So today's my day to do a vlog and I was like, I've got to get dressed and do my hair and makeup for that. So, because of my laziness, I'm going to do a get ready with me video so that you too can master the art of looking kind of above average from certain camera angles. I'm by no means a makeup expert, I just kind of do some stuff and hope that it makes my face look okay. What I'm using at the minute is Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. It's luminizing and oil free. I really like the other Smashbox one, but I've run out of that, so now I'm using this. It's kind of salmon. I feel like if I were a drag queen, it would be a good colour for me to cover my bed. So yeah, then your face looks like the same as your face always looked. And then I do foundation. The foundation I'm using at the minute is the Hello Flawless Benefit thing. In like the pastiest, palest shade that they do. There's this one which I think is like a neutral cool tone one, which the woman in the shop said was right for my skin, and then there's like one that's a more pinky undertone, and then I think it's like that with all the shades so that it matches your skin better. But my technique is to just like paint it on my face and then dab it in with a beauty blender. And you have this like featureless face. I always do concealer after foundation. Again, I don't know if that's the way that people who know how to do makeup will tell you to do it, but it seems to work better for me. I used to do concealer first and then my dark circles were never covered properly, but now I can like put on a base of foundation and then see where is really dark and awful. I'm using Dream Illumitouch Highlighting Concealer by Maybelline. And it's a liquid one, and it's got one of those little brushes. It's kind of like a cheap knockoff drugstore version of the Touche Éclat. Like I had the Bobbi Brown liquid concealer, and it works really like that. And what I do is just go like right along under my lash line, and then work everything down. And I just kind of put more where my skin looks more grey and horrible, and then work it right down into my cheek so it works in like a vaguely triangular motion, so then it works a little bit like a highlighter as well. And then I just go in with my ring finger, because that's the one the drag queens told me I'm supposed to use, and I just sort of, again, dab it into the skin, don't spread it around, just like press it in.
And then you see like this side to this side, like, oh wait, a dead person.
I see people doing concealer and they have like a perfectly constructed triangle of, and like I don't think you need to do that, because once you blend everything in, all the lines get a bit blurry anyway. And there you go, you look slightly less dead, but you do also look like an egg, like your face has no definition anymore, it's just a blob. I don't really contour, I just sort of put a little bit of shape into my face with, it's called a contour kit, but to me the dark one just looks kind of like a bronzer. This is still too dark to be a highlight for me, it just goes the same colour as my face, but this is quite a good contour colour, and it's not like with bronzers, they're quite orange and warm toned, whereas this one's quite a cool tone. And yeah, I just kind of go loads up here at the top, here, and then sweep it downwards. So you're getting the most concentration up by your ear and then less colour as it goes down into your face, so that you don't end up with a weird blocky line. And yeah, I tend to just go in with the powder and then use a clean fluffy brush to just disperse it a little bit. But going in that same line so that it doesn't end up all over and you lose the definition. I do a little bit on my forehead as well. It doesn't really matter so much anymore because I've got a bit of a fringe, but I do a little bit on each temple, just to make my forehead look a bit smaller, really, because I think I've got quite a big forehead. It's actually an eyeshadow, but I just use it to do a little bit of a highlight because it's like a really light pinky cream colour. So, and because I can't get powders that are light enough to be a highlight on me unless they're like palm white, I like that one because it's got kind of a shimmer in it, and I literally just put it along sort of the highest raised bit of my cheek. This is the Estee Lauder Pure Colour Blush in Pink Satin, which is shade number 2. It's like quite a bright rosy pink, and I just do that. This is literally the same as the brush that I use for blending, but an older one. And I just use that like right on the apples of my cheeks, like if you dab a little spot of colour so that you look like a clown, basically. So there's a reason that clown contouring works, and that's because it's an exaggerated version of where all the light and shade on your face should be. So I do know stuff about makeup. I don't know that it like transfers in practice onto my face, but it's there in my brain. And now you have a beautiful face that looks like you're alive and not like you've been in a coffin. This thing is Soap and Glory lid stuff. I quite like Soap and Glory. Their bath stuff and all their shower stuff is amazing. It's great and smells gorgeous. So what I generally tend to do for every day is I do this pink one that you can see is nearly gone. I do that all over my eyelids, and then I just go into my crease with this darker one. And what I'm actually doing at the minute is not using any of my fancy brushes. I'm using this big ass fluffy ass brush that I got from Primark for my main eyelid. And then what I'm using for my crease is this brush, which I feel like is a fancy brush. It's a Real Techniques one. They're supposedly good. I don't know. People have said. So yeah, I like the shape of it more than anything. What else I like about the Real Technique brushes is that it's all around here, so if you want to get in really close and do stuff, but also you've got this really big long handle, so if you're using them to blend out and stuff, you can hold them right at the end and put a lot less pressure on, so you're not just like smearing the makeup all over your face, because I think that's the thing I've been told not to do. So yeah, just start on the outside edge, and just gently and lightly, because it's just to create definition, really. Work it in like that. You see? So you see what I mean? Like, it just makes your eyes look a bit more open. And then I get this big thing, because I had one. It came in a kit, and I was like, what do I do with that? So I googled it, and apparently you blend stuff with it. And then I just do pencil eyeliner in my waterline, and sometimes I tightline the top as well. So I kept my beauty blender from before that we all remember, and I use that to pull the skin down to get in. The thing about liquid eyeliner is that it can smell your fear, and you just have to be like, I know what I'm doing. I'm a strong, powerful woman. I can put this eyeliner on. What I try and do is do the flick first and then fill the rest of the eye in. And then you get kind of this thing, which makes you look a bit Egyptian and glamorous, I like to think, but that might be utter bullshit. Lined eyes that make me look like a fancy cat. I think the other thing about eyeliner is finding your eyeliner. Like, the one that I use is Bourjois Paris Liner Pinceau 16-hour something. It's this one. And it's not one that I've heard a lot of people rave about or be like, oh yeah, this is the liquid eyeliner you need. And like a lot of people that I know have used it have been like, I'm not that keen. But I think everyone has an eyeliner that just fits right in their hand and does the line for them the way they want it to. 90% of my makeup routine is going, that's gone wrong, and then fixing it up with makeup wipes. But that's fine. Professionals do that. Really, the first makeup tutorial, when I started properly watching makeup tutorials, was Willem Bellize, the drag queen, and his entire thing in that video was just do it shit, make a mess, and then clean it up. That's the big secret that everybody's keeping from you. Do your face shit and then make it look nice. I've sworn a lot in this video. Did we have a no swearing rule on the channel? Because Prob's broken that. I'm stealing a trick from Dodie Doddle Oddle. because she said in a video that she puts like an old mascara on, and then, because that one's all sticky and tacky, and then puts a new one on. And then I put a new mascara on. This one, I don't know if it's any good, is Avon Super Shock. Because I'm classy and I buy good quality stuff. Because I found it in my bedroom at home and it was new and it had never been opened. So I was like, waste not, want not. Avon mascara I find always smells really weird, but it doesn't do a bad job. So now my face nearly looks like a person's face, except that you can't really see my eyebrows, which is not optimal. So I use this eyeliner pencil, which has been sharpened down to nothing, and it's from the Body Shop. Body Shop's quite good at it. They've started a new foundation thing, where there's like one that's pink undertoned, one that's yellow undertones, and like all the different coloured undertones, and then you can make it lighter or darker with a lightener or a darkener. I've not tried it, but I wonder if that's a good idea, because I can make it super light to match my pasty skin. And then I have this, which is, again, it's an eyeshadow, and I just kind of fill that in with this really angled brush, which I love, so that you can see that I've got an eyebrow. Like this eyebrow in comparison to this eyebrow, it's like, ooh, here's an eyebrow. And then I wipe at them for a bit, and I feel like that doesn't do anything, but it makes me feel like they look a bit less weird. And then I do my lips. I always clean the foundation off my lip, because that's what drag queens have told me to do. Before I put my lipstick on, I always put a lip balm of some kind on. I'm alternating between this one, which is like the EOS, I don't know how you say it. It's the one that the people on the YouTube like. It's okay, it tastes of blackberries. It sometimes makes my lips sting a little bit, but I don't know if that's just because I'm not very tolerant to the stuff that it's made of. And then the other one I use is the Palmer's Cocoa Butter. My go-to lipstick, this one is in the shade Yash, which is shade 71. It's matte. And yeah, that's basically my finished face. One time, the woman in the MAC shop said to me, I'm gonna leave you to try this lipstick on yourself because you look like you know what you're doing. So, I think that means I'm doing a pretty good job. Spent 20 minutes talking about makeup. And I think I sound like Zoella, but I probably sound like a twat.